to mine. Oh, but I need more than nothing. And though a little bit of your touch wouldn't be enough, it's only just more.
Next stop is Brooklyn bound, and next stop is Fifth Avenue. Next critical.
Number 11.
Have you seen my baby? Not a day nor a lady. Not in the way she walks, the way she talks, or the way she loves me. Just look at me. I'm like a monkey in a coconut tree. You know I'm overjoyed, 'cause boy, oh boy, she's my gal. She asks me when I say let's go out dancing. Your place or mine, don't waste my time with romancing. She's wild, she's funny, doesn't care about clothes or money. She just cares for me, she's all I need, she's my gal.
Yeah. And do a right hand salute.
All right. Right hand salute. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna find my phone.
Hey there, folks. We gotta get this walkway moving. Designer, please head all the way up to Hello Kitty. Charlotte, happy?
Let's go. Give it a good shake. Come on. She's giggling way too much. We're having so much fun.
All right. Blue's got 2 lights. Blue's got 1 light now. There are buttons on the sides and the back of the car. If your button gets hit, just like that, your car runs.
deferential and respectful of the solemnity of this sacred service while you enjoy your visit. During communion time, if you're not Catholic, you can still get a blessing from the
Among our sins, ask our Lord to grant us His peace, His mercy, and His forgiveness. Lord. The reality of human flesh in the womb of the Virgin.
But then each time you build a set, kind of have to like write it out as like a damage thing, or like basically accounting for it in like inventory. Okay. Because it'll be like, oh, we only had like 200 of these, now we have 199, which is happening. I see. Where it's just like, no, it's for a demo, it's okay. Yeah, so they're like.
I need a head. Alright, you're gonna be here. You kind of have it together.
I do want to do this because this is my favorite one.
Rockefeller Center.
Artists doesn't paint things. He paints his feelings about the things in the world. After I get these initial feelings down, I try to arrange these images into a more significant and definite form with a definite relationship
Trees aren't green, the ocean is gray, sky is a vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capture 'em. I know I must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise, I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know I can't make it through. Every night it's the same, I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone now. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know all of my problems. I know. Where did it go? The feeling of thirst, desire to be a rock in my heels. I'm numb as a poison, flows in my veins. Guess I got used to avoiding the pain. I know I must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise, I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know I can't make it through. Every night it's the same, I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone now. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know all of my problems. I know. Maybe I need a break, maybe that's why I fade into this bitter taste. I think I'll let it be. heart's beating, my heart's running fast. I'm trying to hide it. Feels like it is best to look inside. 'Cause I don't want you to feel bad for me. All the
construction, so don't say I didn't tell you.
Yes, thanks for the warning.
But only a little one. The locals are pissed off about it. But I mean, today is a little bit the walking bridge as he turns.
Yeah.
This walking bridge, half of it got destroyed. You see?
Oh, see,
and
up
that
there?
and that round thing over there. So, but you can.
The gentle April rain that stained the window panes last night is all but gone, but lingers on in scented clouds of air. We watch the town awaken to the trembling morning lights. You're so near and spring is everywhere. We danced until the stars came out and spread across the sky. The wee small hours of morning all went by and day is here. We won't give up our dancing, and across the floor we fly. When you are near, spring is in the air. I hold you so close, I think you must hear my heart tingle. We're hand in hand, cheek to cheek, and floating in midair. When you are near, spring is everywhere. So close, I think you must feel my heart tremble. We're hand in hand, cheek to cheek, we're floating.
Yesterday I was clever, wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself. Let go of who you are, become who you might be. Let your life become living poetry. You were born with wings, your heart knows the way. It's your road to walk, and yours alone. You'll be the lion, you'll be the deer, be like a tree, let the dead leaves fall. Let your life become living poetry. You were born with wings, your heart knows the way. Stars are seen in the dark, silence the mind. Stars are seen in the dark, silence the mind.
I know sometimes life can be tough, and you feel like you just had enough. When you're thinking everything is gone wrong, just remember that I'm here to cheer you on. Yeah, I wanna pick you up from the ground, let you know that I'm always around. 'Cause I know we can make it, yes we can make it if we try. Keep on